All right.
He was the one reading stories.
You may mark this this hex as explored.
Hooray!
Hooray.
Wait, which one are we?
Oh, we're in 11-13.
Yeah.
We're fully healed.
Woohoo!
Don't forget to take your rest.
Yep, I don't think there should be any point with deviating from the plan here. Continue to follow along and go to 10-13.
10-13? Okay.
10-13. Onwards.
Update my survival guide.
Aww.
Let me do the rolls.
Where's my token?
Food!
23. Nice.
19. Good.
I'm happy as long as it's not a 22.
Did everyone get above 20?
Let's see here. Let me go ahead and crack out the, Well, after being alarmed, I won't focus so much on survival. Let's make some perception checks. 2d20, go! That's a 27, and 20... I suppose I'll take the 27. It's only a roll of 18.
Yeah, we all have higher than 20, apparently. Interesting.
You keep going along. You still observe that the mist, doesn't seem to escape from the lake. And you start mapping this area, scout around, and you do actually come upon a small collection of distinctive-looking blue mushrooms, bright blue, with shaggy caps. You can do a nature check to try to identify them.
To whom are you speaking?
To people who got above 20 in survival.
Okay.
I know nothing.
20. Actually, I can't make nature check anyway, but...
Nope.
Doesn't matter.
Well,
Blue mushrooms.
then Zyn, it's, they are special. They don't look like much you have seen so far, but you can't really identify what they do. They sort of shimmer.
Only one thing to do. Eat them.
Well...
No.
Do you eat them?
Let's not eat the blue mushrooms, no.
Okay. They do seem to have some sort of, again, like bluish, slightly glowing goo inside of them. Sort of thing.
I thought
And
you were
then
gonna
just
take
take some and think about it some more tomorrow.
Okay.
I don't...
21.
See, you won't be able to keep making knowledge nature checks.
Well, you can certainly restudy them or show them to other people, and perhaps together you can sort of work it out.
How did you describe them?
Bright blue, small, and shaggy. They have blue goo floating inside the cap.
Yeah, then we'll just carefully take a sample of those mushrooms to carry around. I mean, he knows about where they are, so maybe he can find them later again, though that's somewhat unlikely, but not impossible, so that's good enough.
Intelligence check, right?
You can make an intelligence check, yes, if you don't have it trained.
19.
Wow.
That would then make that a 20.
Actually, Alauneari remembers something she heard the alchemist of Vothis say long ago. These are indeed called blue shaggies, and if you break them open and harvest the sap inside, they could work as a curative potion.
Right, she will sort of mark that she has heard that said from the alchemist, and see if that helps Zyn along, remembering that this is actually what they are.
And it does. Apparently, then remembers that. Oh yes, you can probably make some sort of potion out of them, which is
They
nice
don't
and stuff.
last very long, however. You think that after they have been picked, they need to be consumed within 48 hours, or they lose the potency.
Well, might as well carry some around then. See if they are needed in the next 48 hours.
Yeah, basically they work as a potion of cure light wounds for 48 hours.
How many can grab?
You grab enough to basically make one potion.
All right.
You mark this as explored.
How many mushrooms you find?
So I take it this is not a thing that we can use in the future. It's just a random event, pretty much.
Oh, we plucked the ones that were here. I assume that these kinds of things are spread all over the place.
I mean,
Just lucky to find them.
with something so vast. I mean, what are we gonna do? Like erect a giant mushroom signpost, right? Yeah, like neon lights flashing from it.
Here
Girls,
be shaggy
girls,
blue
girls.
mushroom. Yes.
Still want to know what's out on that little island.
So, well,
Guess we'll find
Ten-
out.
Want to go out in the lake?
We'll
Yeah,
figure it
let's
out when I
swim
get
through the
commune.
lake.
say 10, 12 might be too small for land purposes to really go to. We might just go to might just go to 9, 12 then.
9-12?
9, 12. That's my recommendation.
9-12.
Sure. It's like, how much could we really find in 10, 12? Like, coastline?
I found mushrooms.
Purple mist. Purple mist.
And purple mist. And death, probably.
Prince is out there playing songs, attracting women all across the world.
Male siren?
Stranger things have been known to happen, right?
Yeah, there's in Swedish folklore, there's a male siren. Basically, he sits naked in a waterfall and plays a violin.
I see.
And if you get close, you're dragged into the pond and drowned, and it eats you.
You wouldn't be allowed to sit naked here in the United States of America. That's bad.
Oh, okay. Well, the forests are so
I know.
big and empty here that you can easily...
People get angry, then the terrorists would win.
I see. And that's perfectly logical now that you mention it. Alright, you may do your checks.
Me just did a dance.
Hooray.
He's getting good.
Survival 18.
Food.
So much mushroom!
All of the mushroom cake you could ever want.
I don't want any.
Let's go ahead and make that roll, and then my other d20. 26 for perception.
Okay, well...
Gotta keep an eye on the skyline, with my 360 feet dark vision.
Yep. Alright, you scout around Forge, do some mapping again. Yes, Rilinid.
Oh god. Why?
Your... Yes, why indeed. Your elf eyes. Or ears in this case, because in the far distance... oh, still going. Alright. He does actually hear what sounds like some strange shouting. It doesn't sound like the ear-piercing scream that that was the thing that Zyn released. More like a cry of terror and pain and frightening happenings.
Does it sound like a member of my family?
No.
Well, I am the Messiah, so obviously, I must quickly scurry off to dun 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 dun. Be a Messiah. Light crossbow, of course, is drawn, as is always. Quickly darting off, very nimbly.
The others are fairly close to you. You can sort of, you can call out
combat.
if you wish.
I guess sure. We'll call out to them, and I don't know what kind of stupid thing I would say. And just, maybe make a play on this because I've been accused of this before. Like, let's say something incredibly stupid, just like trolls, and the Messiah hears a cry for help, and he is going to investigate. Come with me, my siblings.
Yeah, third person now. He's completely...
Are you feeling okay with it?
Some sort of superhero thing. It's darting from mushroom to mushroom.
How's Vytharia away?
That's right. It will not save itself if we are idle. We must acquire allies to destroy Vothis and reclaim our glory.
I can't move.
Please do not break the lead.
Sure who's the crazy one, Tristan or Rilinid.
And of course, it's pretty hard to pick up on sarcasm when you have that fucking stone mass just like gravel away.
Yeah. Well, the rest of the party here's the sort of heads up from Rilinid. And you have a fairly good idea where it's coming from. It's coming from north of you.
And we should probably approach quite quickly, but still not just running into it, because that would be a bad thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's grab some tokens.
Copy.
No, you don't need to copy.
Oh.
Oh.
So it's not an encounter.
Wow.
Didn't say that.
It's not on the
why aren't
encounters
we on the
map.
encounter map?
It's not a random encounter.
It's not a random one, it's an actual...
Jonas has proven himself perfectly capable of stacking numerous things on one map.
Oh, yes. That is actually what I'm good at. Alright. You start to move towards this strange sound, but before we resolve that, we will take a 5-minute break.
Ooh, 5 minutes.
Cliffhanger!
Dun dun dun. Yep, 5-minute break.
Yay!
It's probably cave bears.
Oh, sheep, have you been keeping notes about the jungle?
Yes, actually.
Good. Good. I guess I'll go get something else to drink.
Anyone else been keeping notes of the jungle?
No, not really. I don't think Alauneari would.
No.
It's not going to look very good because it's in... I'm moving it from a Word document into Skype the sheep. I'm going to send you privately basically what I've written down so far.
So I've looked into the daze thing, and the daze spell is a mind affecting one, but there are also spells that give daze effects that are not mind affecting.
Then there's an argument there, because that means daze itself is not inherently not mind affecting.
I think, yeah, but there's an argument because, I mean, daze is written as just like there's not something called daze immunity because daze seem to be caused by vastly different effects. Like you can shield bash daze someone.
Yeah,
you can mind affectingly daze someone.
Yeah, so it's like, well, if you shield bash someone,
or you can fail to blind and then daze someone.
Yeah,
you can blasphemy spell daze someone.
But yeah, so that means it's not a mind effect, meaning they're not immune.
But like I'm just trying to figure out. I mean, doing that as a house rule is fine, but what like what does the word dazed actually mean?
The word dazed itself means a condition.
Yeah, no, but in like real life, if you were to use it.
Well, dazed definition.
Well, if you run into a wall, you are dazed or dead.
Yeah, it's like you.
Daze in real life would be
like.
It's like if you're struck by a heavy blow, if you're stupefied.
Yeah, you can't
you're shocked,
think straight.
And a special amount of emotional or physical shock.
Like here it says on the free dictionary. Stupefied. Yeah.
DDS, I don't think we need to write down as much as you did because most of that was random encounters and not actual things on those specific axes.
I'm going to keep notes of it anyway.
Okay.
It's not going to be a bad thing.
Yeah, I've forgotten. I've kept notes of every kind of mushroom we found everywhere. So. Yeah, it's like, oh, so we need to find some of these mushrooms. Oh, hey, fun fact, there was some here.
Like, the word dazed can apparently thus be used if you're sort of drunk.
Yeah.
Usually, which means that in real life it's not something mental.
No, it can actually be...
But that's again the problem, right?
If you're hit in the head and you're dazed...
It does say in my alternate channeling that things that are immune to my negative energy are also, like, which is negative energy effects, are also immune to whatever other effect I might cause with it.
Yeah, I would probably say anything that is not immune to your channeling can be dazed from your channeling.
I mean, that might be... it's an argument. Because I don't know.
I have returned. I'm honestly not sure. I think I would say that the thing could be dazed, but that's a situation where I'm far more unclear. I don't know.
Yeah, because it's apparently something a lot of people are asking about. Like, can undead be dazed? Like, I shield bash the undead and it becomes dazed. Can it? Because that's like a concussion thing. But it seems like dazed can be caused by so many different things.
I know. It's like, can you daze the mindless skeleton? Can it really be stunned?
It's like you stop its ability to like see clear or something. I mean, I would completely ignore that because they're immune to my negative energy anyway. So I have to do it. If I heal them with negative energy, they don't become dazed. It's only if I harm them with negative energy. So anything immune to that is inherently immune to my daze effect.
Right. We would just want an example where I guess it would just be like something that's mindless, like vermin or.
Yeah, like could an ooze be dazed?
Can you daze an ooze? I
don't know. I mean, what does dazed exactly mean? If you throw an ooze down, like if you cast a different spell, a non-mind affecting spell, a spell that is, for example, evil, and causes a daze effect, will the ooze be dazed? I mean, by raw, it would be.
Yes, it would.
I mean, that's again. I've tried to look at the FAQ, but apparently it's a asked question that they do not care to answer. So.
Right. Yeah. There's a difference between raw and then RAI, but it's like
which is supposed to be. Usually dazed only lasts for one round though, whereas like stun can last for multiple rounds.
Right.
But I don't know. I honestly don't know. I know that if they're immune to my negative energy, they're also immune to whatever effect I have. And I'm basically trading like half my cleric level for my channel energy to daze them for one round.
I think the ruling I would make is that you could daze those things, even those things that would be mindless. It just instead of like the flavor text of you like assaulting its mind with visions of Agares, you would just stop it. Confuse it in some other way, perhaps the surge of energy.
I mean, even if it is mindless, it still uses senses, right? Mm-hmm. And as far as I understand, dazing is like making you unable to, like it can still act. It's not like defenseless,
right?
But it's like really like confused, kind of like its senses, like a concussion almost. Like, it can't locate things. It's not quite blind, but it's sort of everything's blurry and sort of distorted. I think that works fine with the same flavor text, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I'm suddenly like in a gallery thing. What the hell? There's no enemy here. But I know that I'm still fighting something. Such. And that could even though it wouldn't work on undead, like with that flavor or that way of looking at it, an undead creature not being able to locate the enemy it's fighting would still not, will still be weirded out by it.
Right.
Even the thing with blind sensing would then have its blind sense confused.
Yeah, I think so. I understand the confusion for that. Curse you, Paizo, for not excising all of the the war garble.
We were just talking about the dazing effect.
Yeah, have we found anything?
Having looked into it, yeah. I mean, it seems that daze is an effect that can come from many, many different sources.
Uh-huh.
And as such, nothing is really immune to it. You're immune to daze if you're immune to the source it comes from, as far as I understand it, which means the things that are immune to negative energy.
Oh, okay.
Right. Yeah, I would probably say if something can be stunned, it can also be dazed, because daze is like a mini stun.
No, staggered is the mini version of stun.
Oh, yeah.
Daze is like a separate thing, and daze is more. It's not like you're not stunning the thing. It's more you confuse the senses of the thing. For example, an undead can be dazed because if you daze it, that basically means it can't locate its enemies. Its undead senses are like messed up.
They're like sabotaged in some form or fashion.
Yeah. Usually daze only lasts for one round though to balance it out from making it. I haven't found a daze effect that lasts for more than one round.
I was telling Manaki, my initial attitude towards that daze in general from all of the research I know, but it primarily pertains to 3.5, is that it would work. It just depends on the source it comes from.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
It's just, daze itself just has this sort of connotation associated with the word itself. Which...
Right. So you would not be able, in that case, to daze an undead, say, then? Because
I mean, with a different thing you might, but not with my channeling.
Yeah,
no.
with your channeling.
Because I have to be able to harm it with the negative energy. If I cannot harm it with negative energy, it doesn't doesn't
that's
occur.
fine. That's fine.
So when I become a lich in like 10 levels, I'm good to go. Sweet.
No, it only works with my channeling. But yeah, if you're a character, then you're good.
There's a very big scorpion.
I was referring to me. Me
Oh,
personally.
you oh.
Yeah, me
Oh, well, that's
personally.
awkward.
All I have to do is collect 130,000 gold pieces in real life.
You know,
and I'll
I
be good
have
go.
to take and find my brother's throat. That has to be part of my phylactery. So
Perhaps it must
you
be
don't
something
need
very
that-
personal, usually,
yeah. You don't need that. I'll just
to
I'll
symbolize your transition into
Just,
lichdom.
I'll just take that then. If you're not going to use it anymore.
Come with me into the darkness. You won't need your eyes here.
Yeah. That's basically what I worked it out to be.
Okay. Well, is everyone back?
I'm back.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, I'm not back since I haven't been gone, but yes.
In that
Very
case, that's your answer. I see you, Michaeloid Hunter, minus 20 hit points. Oh boy.
What who?
I
You saw that?
accidentally
That's
deleted
that's
my
annoying.
scorpion.
I say, are these the positions that were placed on the map? I mean, I did kind of like da 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 da.
That's true. You're probably in front.
It's not a pool of acid, is it?
Da 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 da.
I shall describe what you see here.
Okay.
I think. Let me see. Yes. There is flavor text, I do believe.
Oh god. Like Manaki said, SMW, this was a planned encounter!
Flavor text is never a good thing.
All right. As you rush into this strange glade, the first thing you see is again the glow of this place seems to be stronger than elsewhere in the jungle. Strong has that green glow, and at the edge of a mossy green patch on the ground that glows with this sort of faint bioluminescence, you see a single Michaeloid hunter that seems to struggle against something. He holds up a spear and is frantically trying to stab something down in the ground, as it seems like. The mushroom man is clearly being pulled into the green patch through some sort of mean you can't really see from here. He's fighting quite frankly, quite hysterically, and he is making these strange sort of screams or sounds of need and terror. And this is basically what you see when you come upon this.
Well, that is something I'm going to definitely rush into assist him. I have a particular plan in mind, and first I need to put those back on. Those were back on already.
Immediately, as we begin to near this area, Alauneari seems very sort of almost disturbed as she. I mean, does she see this? Is she close enough?
Yeah, she sees this.
All right, then she'll then call out to Rilinid and the others and says, "Stay back. This is not something we should investigate. We should leave immediately."
Not happening. Rilinid.
Alauneari will pull back and cast her defensive spells. She does not want to get close to this thing in any way.
Yep. I'll go ahead and tell you
Not
what
happening.
I have in mind, Jonas. If this thing is like trying to frantically fight something that's grappled, Rilinid is going to rush forward with his move action, call it as a free action to stay strong, and that this will help him escape, and he'll cast Grease on this Michaeloid.
Okay.
And as a move action, that puts me directly within range, 30 feet.
All right.
And the standard action, I'll go ahead and pull up my spell menu, crazy ass thing. And that would be a Grease spell directly on the Michaeloid, which, if he voluntarily fails his saving throw, gives him a plus 10 circumstance bonus on escape artist checks and combat maneuver checks to escape a grapple, and their CMD to avoid being grappled.
All right. Yep. When you rush forward, casting the spell, the Michaeloid seems to be, he blinks and you see his eyes, widen for a split second as he sees this drow rushing towards him.
Obviously, a drow wearing a stone mask, wielding a crossbow, extending his hand at him is probably not on his list of highlights.
No. Yes. Well. Let's see here. It seems like he, he seems to believe Rilinid, and he voluntarily fails the resistance there. All right. We go to initiative.
Alauneari will call out to the others and say that they should stay away from this. It is a hole, and it will suck you in, and you will never escape.
Zyn would probably ask how Alauneari would know that.
That's not terrifying at all.
She says that it has been revealed to her.
Zyn will understand
She's closer
and
to
not
Agarus
understand
than
at
anyone
the same
else. And Agarus is intervening here. You should not
Right.
get close to this. It's bad. We can't get any further away, though, this map.
Yes.
I just realized I was muted and I was speaking.
For
God.
fuck's sakes, DDS, quit being muted. But,
Roll up the mushroom newspaper.
yep, gotta do it again. But,
No! But, yeah, seeing his brothers rushed forward, though hearing Alauneari's, warnings of this thing could drag you under, will try to go this way to be able to help his brother. Though trying to avoid getting too close. So going there and, it's moving up.
So Zyn, who would of course already have his bow out, since this is an interesting situation, will prepare a full attack on the first hostile thing that he sees.
If there's a hostile.
Should something hostile show up?
You attack the pit, trying to drag you under.
I shoot the pit with my arrows. No, I don't.
Verna seems to be sort of dragged between listening to Alauneari's warnings, but then again, really did rush up there, and she does enjoy being near him, so she will actually move up here.
that's my girl.
Pulling out her crossbow as she moves. Alright, the McLeod Hunter, being all greased up, will seems to, struggle mightily to get out.
Plus 10.
Yes, he seems to, get loose, and he's, struggles backwards, still, waving his spear or glaive or whatever it is he has, at something invisible almost in front of him. He sort of staggers back, but he doesn't seem to be grappled anymore, at least.
Invisible?
Well, he's stabbing at empty air in front of him.
Okay.
Invisible cave bears. Oh no.
Trislan will listen to Alauneari and stay close to Alauneari
Okay.
with Sakari and me.
Okay. Sakari's not doing anything either then?
Nope.
Okay. Brilliant.
That's their crazy battle.
Well, it's mission accomplished. Let's see here. Move action to, he'll actually relocate, by this Mycoloid. And, look towards the pit thing, and the standard action is actually going to be to cast grease on himself.
All right.
And suddenly, this rakish figure, he's had, like, the sudden vision now, like, he's now imagining, like, being grabbed by a thing. Like, nope, this is not happening. We're cleaning the clothes later with soap. Rub lizard fat all over my body.
All right. Alauneari.
Alauneari would like to increase the distance between her and this place.
All right. So you can certainly retreat off the map.
She will go out to somewhere out this way here. So
Okay.
she's still within sort of visual distance, but further away. She does not want to be close to this.
This was all part of the plan to see her siblings die. Yep.
Shall I remove her from the initiative?
If that's what they... well, No, she might still intervene if something goes horribly wrong, but
Okie doke.
right
Which
now
it
she
will.
just says the others should leave. This is not a place to be. Go, you know. Don't jump into the mole stream of hate and death.